Aloha mai kako, ki aloha nui, kakahiaka no kako. Here we are on another Aloha Friday Live. Oh my gosh, mahalo nui. Thank you all for joining us from wherever you may be joining us from. We're happy to bring this forward and have you join us. I am, as you can see, pond side at Kaloko Kīholo here on the north side of Kīholo Bay. It is a lovely day. Any day at Kīholo is lovely. I do hope the same for you and your wahi, wherever you may be, that whether you have ua, which is heaven sent, or the sun is shining, wherever you are at, I hope that you have had a good day, a good start to your day, I should say, a good start, and just well wishes for the rest of our time together and the rest of our day, going into a Halloween weekend. So just much safety and aloha to all of you. I am going to pass it off to our Ho'aina, our lovely Lehua Sandy Kamaka, who is out on the shoreline as we speak for our 5-minute kilo, right? This is again how we choose to start every one of our Aloha Friday lives, because if you were here, if we had a group, this is how we start. When the Nature Conservancy, our ohana from the Nature Conservancy, and us at Hui Aloha Kīholo host groups here, we will always start with a kilo. A va kilo for you to go and get acquainted and either reintroduce or introduce or just launa, have your own time and space with Kīholo. So again, thank you folks again for joining us. The focus of this Aloha Friday Live is a particular mele that was composed. Mama Kona is the name of that mele, and we're gonna teach a hula noho, a very simple one at that. But before we get to that lovely space, Lehua, cousin San, could you do our kilo for us? Mahalo nui.
Mahalo ku'ule. Aloha mai ka ko e nā hui. Hui. Welcome to Kīholo in the morning. It's a beautiful day out here at Kīholo. You can see behind me, we got some nice blue clouds. The sun is shining very much, giving that glow to all the pahoehoe. So this morning, we're gonna do a little kilo on the shoreline. I awoke this morning, we had Pomahina Akua just in the midst of getting ready to set and getting ready for Pomahina Hoku. And when we arrived here at Kīholo, we had the high tide, and it just went into kaiku. It's going to go down to low tide. So that is our morning weather, our morning pomahina for everyone to know. And the clouds are moving above Hualalai. And so I might get cut off here and there. And if we do, Kule will take over from there. If anything, it's a little bit windy. It's an onshore wind. And I'm going to flip my camera. Let me take a breath. So you folks can see what I'm looking at. Here's our beautiful sun up in the sky. We got some blue skies with the clouds. Looking over to Wainanali'i. And I'm going to make my way over this pahoehoe that will be getting warmed up. Lovely face to lay upon here at Kīholo after you come out of the kai. I'm gonna try and block this wind. So here we go, everybody. Let's go take a look at some of the opihi that we have lined up here with the whitewash coming over it. Let me pause here, get splashed a little. But what provides food for us? Kīholo provides. Kīholo puts a smile on your face. Kīholo gives love. We got some motion of the ocean happening. Let me pop on over and show you folks even more little babies.
And we somehow
Hi.
lost your video.
Yes.
Not sure.
Okay, here we go.
There we go. Yay!
Hey,
Oh,
kalamai, everybody. Look at this PPPs with some of the limu color on it. There's lots of life here. Lots of living creatures enjoying their place here at Kīholo. So gives me the more reason to why I do what I do here at Kīholo. Why it's so important to malama aina, malama kai. Not only do we have us, but we do have our future generations. And as soon as this water clear, you can see a couple of the lehu in the sparkling waters of Kīholo. So we got two that's here. I'm gonna move a little slow so we can capture more of it happen. Here's another one. Here's another one. They're abundant this morning. They are all out. There's the kai saying aloha.
Lovely. Stan, if you can, could you pan out to the horizon? Let's take a look at
Another one. Kauai Point. And then we're going to head to the clouds. We have our partners in the water, the Nature Conservancy. They're doing their survey and their divers are in the water and their boat kaku. We're going to go over to Wainanali'i. See the clouds out in the horizon. How are we doing with our video? We okay?
lovely. Maika.
It is so beautiful. Our ili-ilis of Kīholo. The awai. Sorry, Ku'ule, what did you want? You wanted the clouds here?
Yeah, you did it, San.
Oh, okay.
Right there. It was to shoot out to the horizon and see what appears to be the sun there on that button out there in the cloud cover, because that's actually, if everyone can take really a imprint of this visual right here that Cousin Lehua is showing us, that distant horizon clouds, those that, not these that are closer to us, but those that's way out in the distance, upon the horizon. If you let your eyes just gaze and hold that space out there, that's the visual that we want to bring forward. It's those clouds, that cloud bank. This is the focus of today. It is those clouds, the one and only source of vai, fresh water, life, for the entire planet Earth, for every living thing, for all things, that essential, main, life-giving Viola Akane. So it is those clouds. And lovely, we can see Hualalai through the trees. We can, and again, how lovely for us to see those clouds that are now being probably pulled and called up Mauka, to the Mauka mountainous regions, to the trees, right? it says hahai kaua I kaulula'au, that the clouds, the rain follows the trees, the forest. And so how lovely is that, these visuals, and all in alignment to mahalo Kīholo, our kupuna akua, for having such this glorious day that we're really able to bring these things forward. So San, mahalo anui, you can make your way back in here to the local with me, and we're just so thankful for our vakilo out there with you along the shoreline, your spectacular video. And so to those ia, right, that's all of the things that Sandy showed us and more are all of the ia o ke kai. These are the things that live and dwell amongst the intertidal zone, to the kai. So to those opihi, to the, I think we did see leho, we saw pipi, those colonies, if you will, those people, those rock people, if you will, that dwell on the rocks, on the pahoehoi of our shorelines, all of our vahi, to the abundance, that ahuahu of our, and for it to thrive and be abundant, by which we could feed ourselves and eat in a sustainable way, that we can know how to, when to take, so that we will always have, is certainly one of our big mana'o nui, our iini, our desire, and one of our big thoughts that we have and we hold for Hui Aloha Kīholo, for our place and all places, that it be ahuahu, thriving, vigorous, beautiful, abundant. So thank you again, San. What a lovely, just
Mahalo nui.
mahalo nui oi, sorry.
Mahalo. Everybody have a nice, cool day today. Aloha po'alima to you all.
Boy, no. Okay, well, so I'm gonna bring forward mele that I had written. Really, my motivation, the reasoning behind it was, on this particular day, I'm not sure, I was at Bishop Museum, as I love to be at Bishop Museum. It's a favorite place. Several years ago, maybe many years ago, and found in the hen collection, some of us are ma'a to what's called the hen collection there, and here came, this was a newspaper article out of Kanupepa Ku'oko'a. Of course, I was researching things of the homeland, the lands of North Kona, whether it be our lovely Kaupulehu, which is to the south of us, Ola Kaupulehu, this Ahupua'a that we are in, which Kīholo resides in, Pu'uwa'awa'a, or to our north, the homelands of Pu'uwanahulu. I was searching, doing noi'i, researching for information, ike kupuna, there are audio tapes, actually interviews of some people I descend from as well. So what a beautiful day at Bishop Museum it was. Any day there is wonderful. Nevertheless, this article comes forward, and Monica is going to, thank you to Monica Nahaku behind the scenes and everyone else of Hui Aloha Kīholo. But we have this, we just wanted to give you folks kind of a view actually of what I'm going to read, because I am going to read this article, and not all of it because it's several pages long, but I'm going to really focus in on this piece of this newspaper article that inspired the mele to come forward. Because for me, right, it is about retention. We become the repositories. So this was a way to help me remember what I was reading and the information, the ike kupuna, that knowledge that came from ancestors. This was a way, as we know, very, very deep-seated within and amongst our ways as Kanaka Hawaii, is to put to mele, to put to hula. That then is a way for us to retain and pass forward these incredible, beautiful schools of knowledge, really these halau of of Ike. And so, Monica, if you go to the next screen, I think folks will then be able to kind of see, this is what I'm going to be reading. This is what we got. I was able to retrieve at Bishop Museum. You probably won't be able to read along. Nevertheless, this is exactly what I'm reading, and I'm going to just again focus in on these portions that tell us. They're extremely informative in many, many ways, but one of which, and the focus of this particular article, was on the signs of rain for Kona. The signs of rain, the Ho'ailona, signs of rain for Kona. And so Papa, he does his pen name, he actually signs this as ZPK Kavaikau Ikamaka o Kaopua. Kavaikau Kaumai Ikamaka o Kaopua. So this is what it says. Kona is lightened by the water in the horizon clouds. Mama Kona Ikavaikau Ikamaka o Kaopua. Kona is the land with water from a strange source. There are no rivers, no streams, no pools. The life of these lands, North and South Kona, come from the water found in the horizon cloud. If no cloud settles on the western side here in Kona for 2 months or 3, there will be no rain. If a rough-looking red cloud appears, or a black one like a rain cloud, there will be no rain. When a white cloud appears, such as we see every day, the desire and wish of the mind is not found there. This is how it is explained. If a cloud rises up from sea level or close to the cloud banks, as white as steam in a sugar mill, then the old timers, the inhabitants, the native sons exclaim, "We are going to have rain." The old people call it the young cloud, "Au o pio pio." Then they say, "We have life, trouble ends." Everyone is relieved, especially the inland farmers that are more troubled. Those who know where the forest springs are fortunate. But those who do not know are troubled indeed. True, the rain does not fall when the Opio cloud is seen. Kona is relieved when this cloud appears, and this cloud is called the water that is in the face of the horizon clouds. Kavaikau mai ikamaka o kaopua, not the clouds that were previously mentioned. Here is the second sign of rain in Kona. It is in the moon. The new moon. When it is hilo or hoaka and the crescent is tilted toward ka'u, the points being up and down, there will be much rain. When the crescent turns toward kohala with one point up and the other point down, it will rain. The sign of the moon never fails. The natives of Kona see the moon turned upward. There will be much sunshine and no rain. If that lunar month passes and another appears with the moon turning upward, there will still be no rain. Say, strange indeed is this thing God does for these lands. Life and death are in the heavens and can be seen with the naked eye. How God loves these lands, perhaps other lands too in the territory, or maybe only the Konas. Here is the third sign of rain, the third sign here in Kona. If a black cloud appears in the west of these lands of Kona and spread down over the surface of the sea at the base of the firmament, there are two things to come: rough seas and high winds. This is very true. Ask any native son of Kona, of the horizon clouds in the calm, Kona kaio pua i kalai, lest you say it is but an idle tale. of Kawai, Kaumai, Kamaka, o Kaopua. The truth and only the truth I tell to the public. There are many more strange things in this land of Kona. If I find time to tell you again some of these strange things left, and the public will know for certain the things of God, the things God has done for this land. Anyway, how beautiful is that? I just think it's so these are the things that excite me and get me moving and going and thinking and excited. It's bringing these words of kupuna like this forward and elevating those words. Let it not remain on pages tucked safely, albeit in archives, in archival documentation, in our state archives, in Bishop Museum, but rather float these words from the pages into our mind space, into our voices, and eventually, at least for this one, rolled into a mele. I want to also just bring forward another resource book, which is this Olelo No'eau, Puke Olelo No'eau. And Monica, if you can go to the next slide. Again, just elevating Ike Kupuna and a resource. If you don't have this book, you might want to think about getting it. It is a great resource to have. And these very poetic renderings of how we might be able to talk about a pretty girl, or maybe even love making in a poetic way. So many things are found in the pages of this book. But we want to elevate the one that's very spot on, and probably again, right, this is the knowledge basis of the kamaaina, the kupaaina of place. These the people of place ultimately are the experts of their place. And so these knowledge bases, these the Ike come forward. One is in this Olelo No'eau, 232, and it young cloud, a cloud that rises from the sea level or close to the cloud banks and is as white as steam. When seen in Kona, Hawaii, this is a sign of rain. Well, Papa told us that, right? So these things, they just continue to confirm and affirm Ike Kupuna. So now it's on us. Do we kilo those things? Are we able to see and recognize these au opio and hold that knowledge and say, that is the sign of rain for Kona. Surely it is telling us rain will come. We have another Olelo No'eau, next slide, that does come again from this book. And it is actually a part of how Papa had signed his name, Kawai, Kaumai, Ikamaka o Kaopua. But this particular Olelo No'eau, very similar, does say, Aya Kawai, Ikamaka o Kaopua. It's telling us water is in the face of the Opua clouds. In Kona, when the Opua clouds appear in the morning, it is a sign that rain is to be expected. So again, we glean from and we receive information from a variety of sources. Newspaper articles, Bishop Museum, repository, another repository, right? We have many, many wonderful sources of this kind of knowledge. So, okay, you guys, here we go. I, by no means, in any way, shape, or form, will even begin to say hekumu hula, not even the smallest little bit. But I love to compose, I love to write, and then this, I must say, I'm not a person to do air. I have my peoples that I go to, or I might hand it off. I can write it, I'll compose it, and then I'll give it to sister or brother, and I'll say, can you please put an air to this? Well, this one came right away. I was surprised myself. I said, what? Okay. I received. Thank you. So that's what we're going to share. We're going to share this this mele and the motions of this song that's gonna help us remember. Oh, maybe I gotta scoot back. I hope you guys can see me okay. Anyway, thank you for the thumbs up. Our first line of this mele, maybe I'll just sing it. I'm gonna sing it one time through so you can just hear it. And then we'll kind of walk through it a little bit. So there is actually a slide with the words, but maybe we'll kind of, and yeah, I don't know, maybe we will, Monica. As I just mele, as I do the mele, we can put it up so everybody can kind of follow along, see the words, and it's absolutely, sometimes it was word for word from what we read. As you can see, it's Makaolelo Oiwi, Kaolelo Makuahine. I wrote it in our language, native language of this beautiful Hawaii. And it is bringing out the signs of rain. So this is what it sounds like. So the ka here. Kavaikawi ka makaoka opua. Aya kaho ailona ike au o pio pio no na kona no kaua leia e ka opua mai ke kai mehe ua hiwai aya kaho ailona ike au o pio pio e Aya kaho ailona I ka mahina no na kona no kaua o hilo me hoaka na mahina vehelau ulialo ya kohala ulialo ya kau aya kaho ailona I ka mahina e. Aya naho ailona I ka lanipa'a no na kona no kaua. Puana mauka I ke kupuna mai na mo'olelo kahiko mai. Aya naho ailona I ka lanipa'a e. Mama kona I ka waikau I ka makaoka opua. Okay, so that's what it sounds like, guys. That's what came, and so that's what it is. So for our motions, we can, if everybody can get yourself situated, we're gonna kukuli. So kukuli is that you're gonna sit on your, what is that in English? Gonna sit on your knees, right? Yeah, noho kukuli. And I'm not sure. Okay, I'm hoping you guys can kind of see most of me. Maybe a little bit of my po'o is kind of cut off. Thank you, Monica. But that's kind of the most I can scoot back. Yeah, helemai-san, helemai. I'm gonna just scoot over a little bit so cousin Lehua can come. Helemai. All righty. Oh, I'm not sure. Okay, we're saying, Sandy is saying, how come my name is over there? I see my name. Anyway, okay, motions. The first motion or motions for that paupumua, right? And it's saying that the sign of rain comes in the au o pio pio. That's what those lines are saying. The sign of rain for Kona comes in the young clouds, the distant horizon clouds. So we're gonna clap on your uha, right? So that aya, come up to your eyes, kaho ailona, push up, and we're gonna make like a cloud with your hands. Gonna make like a puffy, the au o pio pio. So 3 motions, right? Kahi, lua, kolu. So, aya ka ho'ailona, ike au o pio pio. Next one, no na kona, no kaua. Okay, ma'alahi. I hope ma'alahi. So now we're on kind of 5 motions. Pa'i, right? Aya ka ho'ailona, ike au o pio pio. No na kona, no kaua. Okay. The sign of rain comes in that distant horizon. The sign of rain for the konas comes in that distant horizon cloud. Your next motion, one hand can be on your hip, yeah? And then with your right hand, you're gonna kind of do a lifting, kind of come up slowly. Lei. Lei means like a cloud rising. So it's leia e ika opua. What we want to make is like that horizon line, yeah? We can kind of, so the clouds that rise, that's what Papa said, on that distant horizon. So coming up, leia e ika opua. Switch hands. Now you're gonna make the ocean, because Papa said it rises from the ocean. So mai ke kai, make kind of 2 waves, kahilua, mai ke kai mehe uahivai. So we're kind of doing this almost like puehu kind action, right? Because he's saying it's like it rises like the steam. That if it's steam like mehemeala he uahivai. So mai ke kai mehe uahivai. Then you go back to the first one. First motion. Aya ka ho'ailona, ike au pio pio hoe. And that is your pauku mua. We only get 3 pauku, you guys. So, yay. We can do this. We can do this. So, we're going to do it right through. And San is actually kukuli. I kind of got to sit like this. Too sore. I'm too momona. Anyway, moving on. Okay, so here it is. Your whole first pauku, and we'll mele it so that we put it together with the motions. So, oya. Aya ka ho'ailona, ike au pio pio. No na kona, no kaua. Leia e ika opua. Mai ke kai mehe uahivai. Aya ka ho'ailona, ike au pio pio hoe. Yay! Verse 1. Yay, you guys! Okay, right? It's like Tutu Malia Craver would always tell us, the staff of Punanaleo Owaimea, when we would go to Oahu, we would be at Grams's house at Kahalu'u, and Tutu Malia would come over, and we would sometimes till the wee hour of the morning visit with Pupuna, and Tutu Malia always told us, "Vaiho maka ma'alahi, leave things simple." So that rings in my ear all the time. And so for this one, I wanted to, "Vaiho maka ma'alahi." We're going to leave simple. Second verse. Remember what Papa said in the article? The second sign of rain comes in the mahina. Yay. 2 particular mahina. He gave it to us. He said, two new moon is the sign of rain for Kona. So hopefully, right, we can remember what was it? Oh, it was Hilo and Hoaka. Those are the 2 moons that the sign of rain for Kona is found. So our motions, you're gonna see that your first beginning motions kind of gonna be very similar, or throughout the mele, very same. Pa'i, you're gonna pa'i your the uha. Aya ka ho'ailona, back up to your eyes, and then you're gonna make the moon, right? Although we know we're not talking like mahina piha as tonight is, but that the sign of rain comes in the moon. Same motions, no na Kona. So we're looking, oh, this land of Kona, so beautiful. And then the rain, no kaua. So kind of similar. The only thing that changed, right, is from the au pio pio to the mahina. So here we go. We go try that.
Auntie,
yes.
Can you show us your mahina sign? Because it's a little high. Just want to see what.
Oh,
okay.
yeah, I'm kind of I am making the thank you, Monica. Yeah. To just to call out the mahina. Thank you for that. Anytime, tell me what we must do. So we're gonna do that line. Oya. Aya kaho ailona ika mahina no na kona no kaua. Okay, there we go. The next line, now we're calling out those two po mahina, hilo and hoaka. So just from kind of your waist level, you're gonna start to form the mahina, kind of bring up that curve, right? So oh hilo, and then you're gonna come over. Me hoaka. Yeah, oh, that's a nice motion. I seen you guys in there. Okay, so aya kaho ailona ika mahina no na kona no kaua o hilo me hoaka na mahina velau. So hopefully you saw that subtle motion. Oh, we're gonna make velau, tips, points. Hilo and hoaka, what Papa said right there, the moons with points. Na mahina velau. So yeah, if you could, yeah, you're gonna kind of just go with your kuhi, your pointer fingers. Once you do hilo mehoaka, namahina velau. So you wanna make sure we have those points. And then we're going to say huli alo, just turn it. That right, he said the face got a huli to kohala. And it's got a huli to ka'u. Then you finish it up, you close it. Aya kaho ailona ika mahina. Okay, so really the only things that changed, everything remained the same besides the sign was the mahina, hilo, hoaka, na mahina velau, hulialo, ya kohala, hulialo, ya ka'u. Aya kaho ailona ika mahina. Okay, we're gonna mele that. We mele and put it together, and then we're gonna go from the top. So second pauku, oya. Aya kaho ailona ika mahina no na kona no kaua o hilo me hoaka na mahina velau. Hulialo ya kohala, hulialo ya ka'u, aya kaho ailona ika mahina e. Nice. Yay! We're on our last and final pauku. And for this one, I kind of wanted to just close it up and say, again, this was Papa's words in the article, that the signs come from the cloud, the sky up above. What was his, oh, shucks. Maybe I'll try and find it, but the sign, yeah, I will. The sign of the moon never fails. Oh, in the heavens, that's what he says. That the sign of rain for Kona is found in the heavens. And that prompted me to kind of put this in the last pauku. So it's going to go same motion, that pa'i on your lap. Aya, na ho ailona, push up. And we're making the heavens. 1, 2. So aya, na ho ailona, Keakealani pa'a. No na kona no kaua. Okay, so you can see those little changes. It's just au opio pio mahina. This one is the levalani, the heavens. That space up there is where the signs of rain come from. So aya kaho ailona Keakealani pa'a. No na kona no kaua. Now we're gonna say pua puana mau, from your mouth out. Forever, always, puana mau. We're going to speak and utter. Puana mau ka ike kupuna. Right? So very simple. 1 out, 2 out. We're going to puana and speak the ancestral knowledge. And then we're going to come together from your mouth and out. Mai namo olelo kahiko mai, which is saying it is from these old and ancient stories. We're going to forever speak them. Puana mau ka ike kupuna, mai namo olelo kahiko mai. And that's what that translates to be. We will speak and utter always the knowledge from these mo'olelo, the stories, the ancient stories. Then we close it again. Aya naho ailona ikalani pa'ae. Hands back to your hips, and then where we do the kahea. Kawai kawi kamaka o ka opua, pump, pump, and uapau. Okay. Maybe we, I'm not sure. I don't know that we could double screen this. So I don't know if you guys rather the words or we just melted the words. So, and you guys look us with the motions. Maybe we could do both. We could do one. You guys watch us with the motions. That's what's going to be on your screen. And maybe the second round, Monica, we can put up the words. Thank you. Okay. Yay. Our kahea. Oh, yeah, we said kukuli, and our kahea was Mama Kona, right? Mama Kona. Okay, maybe I'll try. I'll try to kukuli. Okay. And we actually have kala'au. We could maybe at one point, Cousin San can hold our beat with the kala'au, but we'll see. Okay. Makakau. Mama kona ika vai kau ika maka o ka opua. Aya ka ho ailona ike au o pio pio. No na kona no kaua. Leia e ika opua. Mai ke kai mehe ua hiwai. Aya ka ho ailona ike au pio pio e. Aya ka ho ailona ika mahina no na kona no kaua. O hio me hoaka na mahina velau. Hulialo ya pohala, hulialo ya kau, aya ka ho ailona ika mahina e. Aya na ho ailona ika lani pa'a, no na kona no kaua. Puana mauka ike kupuna mai na mo'olelo kahiko mai. Aya na ho ailona ikalani pa'ae. Kawai kau ika maka o ka opua. Okay. How was that? Not too bad. I hope. No one's struggling with it, but no worry. We might do it 2 more times at least, and then that'll be good. Or maybe we'll roll to something else and to this. But you going kala'au? Okay, Cousin Shandy going hold beat with the kala'au. Monica can bring up the words. We'll just mele and do motions with the mele, with the kala'au, and we're just gonna go with it and know that we will we'll be good. We'll be good. Oh, look at me. I actually, when reverse the two, look at that. Now that the mele is in front of me. e kalamai, he kanaka, he kanaka, he kanaka. But I actually put the mama o kona, I said it for the kahea in the beginning, but it's actually the closing. So the kahea is kavaikau I kamaka o ka opua. That's right. No worries, no worries. All good, all good. Okay. Right. Ayo. You like give us a couple of honey? Okay, ready? We're going to mele and we can do motion too. But eya no. Kavaikau I kamaka o ka opua. Aya ka ho ailona ike au pio pio no na kona no kaua leia e I ka opua mai ke kai mehe ua hiwai aya ka ho ailona ike au pio pio e aya ka ho ailona I ka mahina no na kona no kaua o hilo me hoaka na mahina velau Hulialo ya kohala Hulialo ya kau Aya ka ho ailona I ka mahina e. Aya na ho ailona I ka lani pa'a no na kona no kaua Puana mauka I ke kupuna mai na mo'olelo kahiko mai Aya na ho ailona I ka lani pa'a e. Mama kona I ka waikau I ka maka o ka opua. Lovely. Maikai, maikai, maikai. Okay, not as if that wasn't enough info or but I don't even know what time it is, so maybe 10:20. Oh, 10:20. Okay, we've got a little bit more time. I'm going to add on to our ike, our knowledge. Particularly, again, our focus is home here in Kona, but again, we aloha all of your wahi, wherever you may be. But particular to Kona, I'm gonna bring out and elevate 5 names of rains. And if you will, this is like for me, so beautiful because it's found in its name, which is, I think if any of you know me or have been around, that's kind of one of my big things, right? Place names, these wahi inoa. It is found in its name, right in its name. You come to Kīholo, you know what Kīholo means. It is found right in its name. Certain attributes, the essence of Kīholo, all places, it is found in its name. So much can come from its name. So relevant to rain, wouldn't you know, Kona is actually the name of a rain here in Kona and maybe other islands. That would be good. This is kind of what I put out to all of you. Go find out. And I think Kona might be a name of a rain on different islands, on different parts of the island. So I encourage you to go find these things out and either confirm or learn or know. Maybe you already do, which is great. You already know the names or some of the names of the rains of your area. But Kona, also known as Konaku, is a very heavy rain. So that Konaku or Kona is known as a very heavy rain, okay? So if you like, go, you can go take notes, but Konaku, also just Kona, a very big rain. Another name of a rain that we know, again, I gotta cite our source, and this is David Malo. This is my source from David Malo. A native of Kona, yes, a native son of the Kīholo area where he was born, his Onehanau. So a lot that is documented about our homelands comes from Malo. And so another rain that he names is the Kona Moi. And the Kona Moi is kind of known, so M-O-E, Kona Moi. Sorry, Kona Mai, Ekala Mai, Kona Mai, M-A-E. It's known as a cold rain. And I think we can, some of us, all of us perhaps, right? You can be in a rain that's kind of warm. And then you can be in these rains that just, it's a cold rain. So the Kona Mai is known as a cold rain, okay? The third one, so we've got Kona Ku, also known as a Kona, Kona Mai, and now we have a Kona Lani. Your Kona Lani rains is a little shower. That's how he defined it, a little shower, little. So, you know, I want to look more into it. Is it little meaning in length, maybe, that it's not too long, but I don't know. Maybe it is a long rain, but it's a little shower, not a downpour, not a drenching kind, pulupe kaaina, but a little shower is known as Kona Lani. Another rain is called a Kona Hea. So your Kona Hea and your Kona Mai are similar. The only one word was given for your Kona Hea rains, and it just says cold, that it is cold. It is, so how we differentiate, see, and that's the thing, right, in bringing forward these ike. To me, you got to be present, and because how would we know? What is the difference between a Kona Mai and a Kona Hea? Because they're both saying that it's a cold rain, but there's got to be a difference. Our kupuna gave them different names, Kona Mai, Kona Hea. So again, we just kind of gonna lean on the natives of place. Perhaps some papa, some tutu, some auntie remembers and can say, no, the Kona Mai is this and the Kona Hea is this. So we can kind of distinguish. Right now, this is the information we have. Kona Mai is a cold rain. Kona Hea, it just said cold. Cold. So maybe it's not just the rain that's cold, but the weather. Maybe it's associated to this time that we're pushing in, or in the ho'oilo time, we're making the turn into winter. So just for us to be mindful of those things. Now, finally, this last one actually comes in kind of both, which we see very similar for us in Waimea too. Your wind, your rain, kind of the same name. This one is your Kona Hili Mai'a. Kona Hili Mai'a. Okay, and this one is interesting because it says it's a wind that is smiting banana, a smiting banana kind of wind, rain. And here's what Kupuna says as well. This Kona Hili Mai'a is only found in the uplands of Kona. Only. It's like emphasized. Only in the uplands is the Kona Hili Mai'a rain and wind found. So it's not something I believe that we would experience here in Kīholo on the shoreline, because it says Kona Hili Mai'a only Mauka, only in the uplands, in the Kuahivi sections. So to review, names of rain for Kona, at least 5 of them. Kona Ku, very heavy rain. A Kona Mai, a cold rain. Your Kona Lani, a little shower. Kona Hea, cold. Kona Hili Mai'a, the wind smiting rain only found in the uplands. Okay, so Maikai, we again, Ike Kupuna, right? Ike Kupuna. Aye.
We have a question actually from Natalie Kurashima.
Oh, hi, sweetheart.
Yeah, she's wondering if you know the specific inoa for ohu or noe in Kona.
I don't know any specific name of the ohu or the, it depends, right? Because there are different characteristics. I'm gonna only pull or speak to what I know. Like up in Waimea, there is a particular, I guess we could call it an ohu, an uhivai but this one lays real, it clings to the land. Dry when you kind of go through it, because there's some uhivai that if you go in you get wet and whatnot, but this one is called hawoki. It's particular to the Waimea section. So Natalie, I don't know any specific or particular ohu. Oh, you know what, maybe I do a little bit, because there is, but it's associated with a particular wind, which is called the kehau. And the kehau winds of Kona come in your early morning, or even, and not late night, but like in the dark, right before dawn, and when the sun going to set, when it comes dark already, boom, the kehau is going to come down, but there is a mist or an ohu associated with that, with the kehau. So that might be one. That is a particular ohu, also a makani, pili to Kona. So that's kind of the extent of what I know, and but so open to any others that might know any particular specific names of ohu. Monica, what did she say? Any ohu or uhivai?
Or noi.
Or the noi. Okay, so yeah, that's kind of the same, right? The noi and the ohu is kind of your misty kinds of action. Yeah, that's the extent of what I know. The kehau is considered a mist, an ohu, or a noi. Okay, I think if there's no other questions, we're going to kind of almost be done. We're going to review our mele. Review the mele. So remember our kahea. So you all kahea where you're at. Kawai kawi ka maka o ka opua. And then when we're to close it, the panina is mama Kona. Ikawai kawi ka maka o ka opua, which means Kona is lightened. It's light, it's not heavy. Mama is light, not something that's heavy or kaumaha. Kona is lightened by the distant horizon cloud. And I know kan kukuli. Okay. Makaukau paha, eho o makaukau. A makaukau. Oya. Kawai kawi ka maka o ka opua. Aya ka ho ailona ike au pio pio no na kona no kaua leia e ika opua mai ke kai mehe uahivai. Aya ka ho ailona ike au pio pio Aya ka ho ailona I ka mahina no na kona no kaua o hilo me hoaka na mahina velau hulialo ya kohala hulialo ya kau Aya ka ho ailona I ka mahina e. Aya na ho ailona I ka lani pa'a no na kona no kaua puana mauka I ke kupuna mai na mo'olelo kahiko mai Aya na ho ailona I ka lani pa'a e. Mama Kona I ka vai kau I ka maka o ka opua. Lovely. Okay, friends and family. I am going to thank you all, everyone. I'm going to close this out with a poem that I wrote, And I wish I had the papa's name. I am going to call Sister Hi'ile, unless Sister Hi'ile might be watching. I'm not sure. But I'm going to call her because there was a papa. We were on Oahu. Where were we, son? Cousin Stan and I'm so sorry. I don't know that Kevin folks, Sister Brenda folks with Kua, we had all assembled. It was a Hui Malamalokoi, a gathering, statewide gathering. We were in Kaneohe. There was a papa. There was a couple of papa, but one, when he spoke, I was moved. I was just totally moved. And I went into my own space, just listening to him speak. And this poem came out. I know it was on the 13th. It was a Thursday, the 13th of Pepeluwali of February at 12:29. I composed this. And then I had the honor of, we had closed our time there and I spoke this poem. But what Papa was talking about was vai, water, life, vai, water, life. So if you will, maybe we all can just imagine, if you gotta, you can close your eyes, but imagine a rainfall, that you're in the rain or you're looking at the rain falling, and it's whatever kind of rain you want it to be. Like drenching, like an uamau, which is a big, big downpour rain, or maybe it's a Kona lani, it's a little shower, but just imagine rain falling. And then imagine also different water forms, like this loko behind us, or that we're surrounded by this water. Or Monica said something the other day that was so beautiful, like the water that's in trees in the forest. Oh my gosh, that took me to a whole nother space, but beautiful. So imagine water. That's all that I think we want to elevate, and we want to honor and mahalo the rain, the one source of rain, which is these clouds, Kane Ikavaiola. And so here is this poem that I thank you all for joining our Aloha Friday Live. And anyway, I hope you enjoy it. But nevertheless, here is this poem called Water. Okay. Water, vai, falls poetically through the air, puddles, percolates in and through the pole, darkness, uli, darkness. Here the magic happens, magic as it moves through the dirt, around the rocks, iho, iho, iho no. Downward it goes, each inch ingesting magic. Moves now Makai toward the Kai Kanaloa, drawing it closer, calling it forth. Hemai Viola Kane, magic, moving purposefully through Aina, Haumea, in and through the depths. Huka, emerging forth. Puna vai, loko ia vai opai, puka, emerge. Momona, magic, calling, pahea, calling to come eat, come partake of this magic, call it into existence, called forth, we are called kiai, emerge, inhale the magic, look upon it, breathe into it so it is in you, your face reflected in it, your words reflect it, your movements, your emotions mimic it, your land, your elements, you wear it, you are it. Counsel, observed, drink like some intoxicating ava, stirring the ancient in me, poured from the apu, I drink the magic, puka, show yourself, new generation, who will hold the line? You will hold the line. I feed you the magic, Hanai. I raise you in the magic. Emerge forth. Let it be known, let it be heard, let it be seen and felt. Puka, What then is the explanation, the logic, the sense of it all? The defining potential, the re-envisioning, the occupying of such space, physical space, mental space, spiritual space in the expanse of the universe, my universe, your universe, spinning, stirring in motion, evolving, bombastic explosions reveal truth, questioning, inquiry, inquisitive, who, what, how, when, answer. Magic, 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 magic. Whew. The water I need. Okay, we come from that space and this time to honor Viola, Kīholo, Vai to all of your places. And we just again come to you humbly and thankfully on behalf of Hui Aloha, Kīholo, mahalo to our Nature Conservancy partners who have graciously allowed us to be here. Kwansai, Kaloko, Kīholo, love you, Sister Becca, Cecile, Mikey, Barbara, all of you, and to our Hui Aloha, Kīholo, ola. Ola, ola. Mahalo nui a kako. Happy Aloha Friday. Hui ho, hui ho, hui ho. Aloha nui.